what is the internet?
Something where, like, you go on the computer and you search a website. You can get it all around the world. You can go to it to play games. You can go to it to watch videos. You can get information.
That right there is called a web address.
I always kind of.
Let's talk about addresses for a minute. How many of you have an address? If I gave you my address, you would probably be able to find where I live. A web address works the same way. Now, that doesn't look like an address that you would have for a house. That's what a computer address looks like. www, you know what that stands for?
Worldwide.
World Wide Web. You knew that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's another name for the internet. So it's saying, instead of saying like 10 Main Street, it's saying, go to the World Wide Web, find crazymonkeygames.com. The same way that you don't just walk into anyone's house, you don't just walk into anyone's internet address either.
Because you never know what can be in there.
You never know what could be in there.
The games we play are free for us, but what you have to avoid is clicking on the commercials. You guys can stay safe by just not clicking on things you don't know where they go.
Wait, are there ads on this page?
Yeah.
Where? Right there? Where's the other ad? Nice. The video, you have to make them up.
Kevin makes a video of himself. Kevin is the victim. Jose is pretty much one of the bullies.
We have Jose as the bystander because he says it's funny, but he doesn't say anything really mean. But saying it's funny is mean. But then we have the boys at school being the bullies because they're saying all the rude and mean things.
What did Jose do? Olivia, go.
He showed other people.
He showed other people, right? What do you think his motive was in showing other people?
I don't know.
What was his motive? Ruby.
Laugh, probably.
To make him laugh, right. Was it a good motive? Was it a, hey, look at how awesome he did at this? No. So, with that in mind, does that make Jose not a bully? Or is he a bully?
He's a bully.
It's a bully act, right?
How about like if you're talking to a teacher, how does that teacher know that you are saying and being respectful?
Don't raise your voice. No attitude. Don't talk back.
Good.
Always watch them while they're talking to you. Listen to them. Like, talk in like a clear voice so that they can hear you. Don't use swear words.
Don't use swear words. Excellent way to show your respect. What happens if you need to write a letter or something like that to someone? How can you show respect? Now you're not speaking anymore, you're writing.
You can write neatly. You can, like, write a nice starting sentence. And don't be sassy in your letter.
No sass in your letter. What does that look like?
The same exact things that you would, like, say when you were...
That's a good rule. If you wouldn't say it, like, don't write it.
I typed, hey you, and press send. Hey you. Hey you. Hey you. I realized from the face, the all caps, and the exclamation points that my friends were upset. They had read my text the wrong way. I thought I was being friendly, but my friends thought I was mad at them.
I'm like, oh, whatever, or whatever. Like, it's the same word. I just said the same word, but how I said it different. But you try and jam that through like a little email account, however that works, and someone gets it. They don't know which whatever you meant, right? When you are communicating digitally, since you can't see the person, you have to be even clearer with the words that you use. If you wouldn't say it to someone's face, you don't say it in email. You double check spelling, you double check capitals. So read this pretend email. Dear Uncle Joe, is that a nice way to open an email?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Okay, how about this one? Rebecca, what do you have to say about this? What makes it mean?
Using all caps.
How are you?
They spelled it right.
This is some way you might talk to a friend. But if you were talking to an uncle, an adult, a teacher, you would not do this. Why don't you write to me? It's after yelling, how are you? So what would be another way you could phrase, why don't you write to me? Because it's, can you write to me?
Can you please?
Can you please write to me? I would love to hear from you, just like an I statement. Like
You can ask for them in a nice way, but you can't just say, give me a video game for my birthday or something. And maybe you could say, I really want a video game for my birthday.
Those I statements are very powerful. They already know who it's from,
Yes.
but it's still polite to sign this, especially to adults who are used to receiving letters where you didn't used to know who it was from all the time.
to high school, college, and get a job.
They've updated their privacy settings a lot recently, the past couple of years, because they've been under a lot of pressure. But you can now limit what your past posts, who's going to see your past posts. So if I go into manage past post visibility here, if you have a Twitter account, most likely everything that you post is out there for anyone to see. There's nothing I've put on Twitter that I wouldn't mind the world seeing. But that's something you need to think about, is by default Twitter is public, and that's kind of what Twitter is all about.
I wasn't worried that what I had said online was going to come back and do any damage. I really regret doing it.
Why do you think Brittany and her friends decided to post that video on the internet?
Oh, we're doing some really awesome, cool stuff, and we want to share it online with like our other friends, and they didn't know that more than just their friends would see it, and that it was probably not a good idea to post stuff like that online.
It says that her parents saw it, so.
Yeah. Is that going to make Mom proud? What if Grandma saw it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Not going to make Mom proud, not going to make Grandma proud.